green checks. See what my other screen looks like here. Yeah, there we go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Let me pull my TikTok. TikTok chat in here. While I'm adjusting my settings, we'll play some music.
Welcome to the positive. Forget about the negative.
There we go.
This is where you belong. Now sit back, you found your home.
Okay.
Welcome to the positive. Forget about the negative. This is where you belong. Now sit back, you found
Good morning, everyone. It's 10:33 here on the East Coast. I'm Positive Perk. Welcome to my stream.
Welcome to the positive. Forget about the negative. This is where you belong. Now sit back. You
Coffee,
found your
check.
home.
Screen up, check. Chat up, check. Perk. You remember me? It's O-Dog. O-Dog, what's going on, my man? Yes, I remember you. Dude,
Welcome to the positive.
can't forget the O-Dog.
Forget
What you been up to, dude?
negative. This is where you belong.
I got a day off today.
Back, you found your home.
No classroom for me today. No plan for me today. This is going to be way different than any stream I've ever done. Just so y'all know, I'm just going to warn you ahead of time.
Forget about the negative.
I have absolutely no plan for this stream. And normally I plan out everything I do.
Back, you found your home.
What's up, John? John says, what are you playing today? John, I have no clue.
Found your home.
I decided today was going to be a day where I just don't plan anything.
Found your home.
I literally woke up this morning and said, what am I going to do today? Don't know. I'm just going to let my day happen.
Welcome to the positive.
We'll talk about it.
Forget about the negative.
We'll talk about it.
This is where you belong.
It's going to be fun, whatever we do. You know,
Found your home.
I might let you guys guide me a little bit too. I don't know what. I mean,
Found your
freedom, baby. True freedom, right? That's what streaming's all about, you know. Kind of do it your own way.
to the positive.
Doesn't matter what other people are doing.
Forget about
You come up with your own methods.
this is where you belong.
So that's what we're going to play around with today, right?
Found your home.
We're going to chill. I like chilling.
Home.
You found your home, everybody. Welcome in. It's a little early for me. I don't normally stream at 10:30 in the morning, but again, we're doing things different today. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Let me tell you what I tried to do at first. I tried to go TikTok only at first. And the way my live studio was set up in TikTok, it was not letting me do that. It was basically telling me I had to push TikTok through my Streamlabs. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just keep doing it the way we've been doing it, and just push to all the platforms. So I'm on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the things. This is going to be a true variety stream, y'all. N, look at N. Should I call you N or N star? Because you're liking the live like crazy right now. I'm just going to say N. But anyway, I don't have a plan today. I'm very OCD and I normally plan everything out. I'm a teacher, full-time high school teacher, 53 years old. I always have a plan for my students. I know exactly what's going to happen every part of my day. And today I was like, I'm not doing that today. I don't want to be that today. I just want to be me. I just want to do whatever I want to do and do it at my pace. So that's what we're doing. Ian agrees. Ian's loving it. He's liking the live. So that's what we're going to do. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I might even let you guys guide me a little bit. I'm going out of my normal box and my normal things that I normally would do and look at to find new people online to entertain me. Like, for example, I found a new guy on YouTube who travels. This is all this guy does is travel. Like Drew Binsky. Never seen the guy in my life. Didn't know he existed until yesterday. And I found him sometime yesterday. I don't remember what time it was. And watched one of his videos and I was hooked. I was like, this guy's traveling all over the world, seeing really cool things, talking to really cool people. Doesn't care about language barriers at all. He just goes. He uses apps and stuff to help translate. He'll have translators with him as he travels to speak the native language. He doesn't care. And I'm starting to believe that we care too much, that we are personally in our own heads, and we think that the way we do things is the only way to do it. And guess what? After watching just 2 or 3 of his videos, I'm already starting to think different. I'm already starting to think that there's more than one way to do things in this world. So just really cool stuff, you know? And so that's what gave me the thought today. I was like, well, number one, do I want to stream? Absolutely, yes. I'm off work. And number two, how do I want to do it today? Do I want to plan it out? And I thought, no, I'm not planning anything. Literally on my screen right now, this is all I've got pulled up. Let me show you. I got this pulled up. This is Drew Bensky, the guy I just talked about. This is the only thing I pulled up on my screen because I have no plan today. I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to do whatever I want to do on my stream today. True variety, right? I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into Fortnite or college football or anything like that. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Heck, I might watch Queso. I don't know. Whatever I decide to do. What are you guys doing today? Let me know in the chat. Derek's here. Derek's liking the live. Thank you, Derek. Ian's liking the live. They're pushing it out. They're getting the algorithm started. Now, you know, on all the platforms, no matter what platform you're on, if you subscribe, like, if you do that stuff, comment, the algorithm picks up on that and it pushes us out to more people. And more people come. They find the stream. They may like it. They may not. They may stay for a while. They may not. It's okay. It's not for everybody, right? You wouldn't believe how many streamers, like yesterday morning, I was just kind of surfing around TikTok looking for different streamers to see what people are doing, because it gives me ideas too, you know, to help keep my stream fresh and gives me things to talk about, all the stuff. And I came across this one guy that he's playing a game. I don't remember what game it was now. I think it was Fortnite. He's playing a game and he literally did not talk for probably almost 10 minutes. I only watched him for probably 5 to 6, 7 minutes. But if I had to guess, he probably didn't say a single word for 10 minutes. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you stream and not talk to your audience? That makes no sense to me at all. I mean, even before I streamed, I knew that was part of the deal. That's just what you do. You have to talk to the people that's watching your stream. And interact. That's why they call it social media, right? You're socializing. So even though it's a weird way of socializing, honestly, when I first started watching streamers, y'all, this is the truth. When I first started watching streamers, I felt like it was very one way. Like the streamer would say what they're going to say, do what they're going to do. Obviously, it was their stream. They could do it however they wanted to. But I found streamers that weren't interacting with their chat, kind of like the guy I just described. And then I found streamers that were the complete opposite of that. I found streamers that were interacting with the chat a lot. And I was like, boom, you can feel the difference. You know, you can see it, you can feel it. The energy is different, all the things. So what's up, Luke? Luke just snuck in the back door. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today, y'all. It feels, for me, now just from my perspective, not having a plan, and I'm just, again, keeping it real. It feels freeing in a way, but also to me, it's a little scary because I don't normally do it this way. I don't normally just go with the flow and just see what happens. Because understanding that, you know, I do need to talk to my stream and I need to have stuff to talk about. I feel like I have to plan out stuff all the time to make that happen. But today, we ain't doing that. So, And this is a lot earlier than I normally stream too. You know, normally my audience, probably the majority of my audience, some of them may still be asleep. Some of them are awake and moving and doing things. But I know I have a younger audience, and a lot of them are probably still starting to wake up, starting to come alive, you know. So it is what it is. I've got time today to kind of hang out and do this stuff, chill, relax, do all the things. So where do I start? I guess I'm going to start with this Drew Binsky guy, because this is what got me thinking about my stream today. I just been thinking about life in general, like the things that I do on a daily basis and how I do it, and you know what I want my life to be like in the next 5 to 6 years. And I think I've said this before on stream, but I'll say it again. What's up, Shaparo? And Cam. What's up, Cam? I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again for the people that don't normally watch me. Again, I teach high school full-time. That's my full-time job. I've been doing that for 20 years. This is my 20th year. And so because it's my 20th year, when you decide to stop teaching or retire, is what people call it, then you go on to something else, right? You have to have something to do next. I don't think it's healthy to just have nothing to do. That's just my personal opinion, right? So you need something that's next. And over a year ago, when I started thinking about streaming, I was really in my head, in my brain, going back and forth about what would I do if I weren't teaching? What would I do daily? What could I do that I enjoy, that's fun, that, you know, doesn't feel like work? That's a good way to say it. And this is it for me. Streaming doesn't feel like work. So this is why the number one reason why I started doing it. Now, what did I learn in the process? A lot. I've learned a ton about streaming. I built my own PC, sitting right here to my right. I never dreamed in my life, y'all, I'd build a PC. I didn't even think I had the capability of doing it. Because in my mind, I was always thinking, go out and buy the PC already put together, and you just fire it up and go, right? What's up, Bear? Carson? So I built my PC. I literally learned how to build a PC on YouTube, right? And I'll just show you all this. I'll show you what I did, okay? I mean, look, if you want to learn something new, all you do is you pull up YouTube. This is what I did. I pulled up YouTube. I searched how to build a PC. This was literally the first thing I did when I started thinking about building a PC. This is where I started. How to build a PC in 2024. How to build a PC step by step. Build guide. I mean, I found people that made it easy to understand, right? Very simple to understand. I think that's my case right there. Look at that, y'all. So in this photo right here where it says build guide step by step, this is the case that I'm using right now. The only difference is that case, you can see he's got the squared off face on it, and on mine I've got the curved edge. That's the only difference. But that's the exact same case I have. Anyway, so this is where I went to learn how to build my PC, right? Look, y'all, I'm 53, okay? I didn't know anything about tech. I've never had a desire to build a PC in my life, ever. And then I started thinking about, well, if I'm going to stream, how am I going to do it without a PC? You got to have a PC. So that's what I did. I just started looking things up on YouTube, found the people I connected with, made it simple and easy to understand. And I literally took 3 months, because that's about how long it took me to research everything, figure out what I wanted, what type of PC I wanted to build, all the stuff, you know, because it's a process. You don't do it in a week, you know, because you got to figure out, how much power you want in your PC. Why are you building the PC? What are you building it for? All the things. Oh my goodness. Ava. Thank you, Ava. Ava's liking the live. Appreciate that. And Jay's here. What's up, Jay? So I had to go through all that process. It took me about 3 months to do all that. All right. Just taking my time, not getting in a hurry, not trying to force anything, but just learning. And then I built it. And I was so nervous and scared. And I was so afraid I was going to mess something up. Let me tell you the scariest part of building a PC, y'all. I promise. The most nervous I've been in my life was when I hit power for the first time. And everything was supposed to work. You talk about nervous. I was like, is this thing going to work or not? Did I connect everything right? I mean, I think I triple checked myself that day. And then once I realized it's all together, you've done everything correctly, power on. Let's make it happen. And when it powered on and it worked, you talk about an exhilarating feeling. That was probably one of the best moments I've ever had in my life because I did that myself. I didn't have anybody help me. No one came to my house. Nobody built it for me. I did the entire process from step one all the way through. Did it myself. Amazing feeling, right? So built my PC. Then after I built my PC, I was like, well, what am I going to stream about? What is that going to look like? What do I want my stream to be? And so I was already playing Fortnite. And I was like, well, I'll just start with Fortnite. I'll just play Fortnite. Start with that. Well, then that led to another question. Well, okay, I know I'm going to play Fortnite. I know I'm going to stream, but how am I going to stream? Like, what platforms am I going to use? How am I going to get the word out? All that type of stuff. Where am I going to go live at? So that was a whole other process. It took me probably a month just to go through all that and figure all that out and set up all the back end stuff. Because, look, if you stream live on TikTok and you're just using your phone, right? I got my phone right here. You're just using your phone. It's pretty simple, straightforward. You use the app and you hit go live and you're live. And you set the phone up and you just record and do what you're going to do. And you're live to the people on TikTok. But if you want to stream on multiple apps at one time, you have to figure out, okay, well, who does that? What software do I need to make that happen? For me, I found Streamlabs, right? Streamlabs is a yearly fee. You pay a fee one time, you get it for the entire year, and you can stream on as many platforms as you want. Right now, I'm streaming on 4. Say Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. Yeah, 4. I'm on 4 different platforms. I could probably go to 5 if I wanted, or 6. Actually, I could, because I bought the Streamlabs thing, desktop software where it's unlimited. But I'm not doing that, right? I'm just on the 4. So you got to figure all that stuff out, So the whole process for me was about 4 months total, combined. And then it was, okay, well, how do I do a thumbnail? What does that look like? How do I create graphics? All that stuff. Took me probably a couple weeks to figure that stuff out. It's a process. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't stream, because they don't want to take the time to figure all that stuff out. You don't see all the things that go on behind the scenes. Most people don't show you that unless that's what their channel's about or their stream is about. But you got to do that stuff. If you don't do that stuff, you're not going to be streaming anything. Again, unless you're just on TikTok and using your phone, which is what you can do. So these are all the things I had to figure out. Once I figured all that stuff out, I was like, okay, I feel good about where I'm at. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do the process. Let's set a schedule and let's start streaming. And that's what I did. This is February the 17th. I think I started streaming last March. Streamed really regularly and on a schedule from March all the way up to August. And then life started happening. My dad started having some health issues. I wasn't super happy with the way my stream was going in general. Like, I didn't feel super, just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I knew I was on the right track and I was building an audience, but I wasn't enjoying just playing like video games. That's a good way to say it. So I had to stop and reevaluate, which I needed to stop anyway because of my dad and helping him out with his situation health wise. So, and he's still struggling with that. I got stories I could tell y'all about that. I'm not going to share his personal stuff, but, life happens, And then a few weeks ago, I was like, it's time to start streaming again. I need to get back on this. I need to start doing this again, take my life back, do the stuff, and get back out there. Put myself back out there again. So that's what I did. Created my own cryptocurrency. That's what you see on the screen now, Uplift. That's a current crypto coin that I created. I learned the entire process by myself. No one taught me this. I learned everything on YouTube. Again, it's the same story. I launched the coin. It did really well, but I made 2 mistakes. Didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but that's okay, So now Uplift is the coin. You can buy the crypto coin Uplift. If you're into crypto, you can buy it. And it's part of my sponsorship of my stream now. And then, so you go through all these processes, right? You go through the steps of building something, creating something. What does that look like? And then you do it, right? You launch it, you go. Here's the main things I've learned, right? When it comes to streaming and just doing this in general. Do what makes you happy. I think at first I was doing things because I felt like that's what a lot of my students would have me do or want me to do. And that's my personality. I like to, do things by showing people by example. And I had some students had mentioned to me that they wanted to be a streamer and that type of thing. And I was like, well, if I can show them I can do it, then that'll give them the confidence to do it. So when I was reevaluating, when I took some time off in the fall from streaming, I was like, I really got to get to where I'm streaming for me and not for everybody else. So this is where we're at now, right? Now I'm going to stream and do the things that I like to do, talk about all the things I'm interested in. We're going to be all over the place because that's why I've always been. When I'm learning something, I dive in and I learn it. I want to understand it because if you don't fully commit yourself to when you're learning something, you'll learn pieces of it, but you'll never get the full concept. So, today, this brings us to right now. When I was thinking about how I want to do my stream today, I was like, today is a good time to test out this new way of doing things on the full, right? The way I really want to see it go down. And it's taken me time to realize all this and figure all this out. But I'm finally there, Mentally, I feel good. I'm relaxed. I don't feel like I have to do anything in any particular order. And again, I'm OCD, y'all. I don't know if y'all know what OCD means, obsessive compulsive. I want things to be right. I'm not a perfectionist necessarily, but I want things to be done correctly. And I've always been this way. When I was young, when I was a teenager growing up, I had everything in order in my room. Like, I could tell if somebody had been in my room. If somebody messed with something, moved something. And my younger brothers were always in and out of my room, And they knew I was very particular about the way things needed to be. So, I just got my alert from Discord. Hey, I'm live. I've been live for what, 25 minutes? So anyway, so that kind of gives you some background on where we're headed and why we're going that direction. The whole purpose of my stream, I will tell you this. The whole purpose of what I do has always been, hold on, my coffee warmer's acting weird. Let me see if okay, it's fine. Has always been to create a positive environment and encourage others, right? That you can do the things. I believe taking the action, showing what you're doing instead of just saying it. I'm going to go do this, right? By showing what you're doing, you're leading by example. So I'm going to do more of that on my stream. I'm going to do more of showing you, not necessarily hiding it behind the scenes or doing it off stream, but I'm going to do more of it on stream. So again, we're going to do a little bit of all kinds of things, you know. I think it's going to be fun. I really do. So again, going back to this Drew Bensky guy, I just found this guy. Literally just found him yesterday. I've watched, I think, 3 or 4 of his videos already. He travels all over the world. He's got 5 million subscribers. Okay, so his niche is travel. But he goes everywhere. I mean, he goes to some of the craziest places in the world that you could ever dream of going. Truthfully, some of the places he goes to, I wouldn't go. I'm just telling you. I like safety, and man, I would be shook and nervous if I had to go to some of the places he's been. I know why he does it. He goes because he loves what he does. He's committed to the process. And he wants to show that every place is different in the world, you know? So, like the last video I watched, most recent one I watched, matter of fact, just watched it this morning. 61 years old. He says this guy hasn't slept since 1962. This guy lives in the Philippines. And he went and found him. This video is 2 years old. So he did this 2 years ago. 20 million views, right? Went and found this guy. And basically what the video boils down to is this dude literally doesn't sleep at night. He makes rice wine, right? When everybody else is asleep, he's making rice wine. He works in rice fields. He has 3 houses, one for his family, a main house, another house that is rice fields, and another house where he makes his rice wine. And he's happy. Now, the only thing he's not happy about is he doesn't sleep, right? If he falls asleep, he says maybe he'll sleep for an hour. That doesn't sound like, you know, anything I want to do. I think last night I slept 8 hours. It felt great. But I watched this one, and I think after watching him, I realized, you know, sometimes, man, we just complicate things. He was in the war, you know, back in the day. He's got one hand that's messed up. But he's just living life. Just doing this thing, you know. And I like what Drew says up here on his banner. I travel to break stereotypes and make the world less scary. That is so true. Because every video I've watched so far on this guy's channel, that's exactly what he's done. He just goes. This is one of the coolest places I think he went to. I watched this one this morning as well. This is in China, I believe. And it's called the world's narrowest city. The whole city is built around this river. And everything goes up. It's in the mountainous area. And everything goes straight up. But it's a cool one. If you're into travel, watch this. You'll love it. Entering the world's narrowest city. So I got tons of videos this guy has done. He's done, I think, like 1,100 videos in the past few years. So this dude's always on the go. I mean, he just goes on and on and on and on. So I think it's pretty cool. Talks about some topics too. A lot of people wouldn't want to touch, you know, because some of this can be controversial. You know, it depends on where you're going. And like this one right here, I survived a night in America's last lawless city. You know, what would it be like to live somewhere that has no laws? Not sure I want to experience that. He did, though. He went. That's pretty cool. So, you know, he's got a lot on here. So if you're into travel, go check him out. I think you'll enjoy it. All right. What else can I tell y'all today? What? He's the world's most famous albino. What? He's very, very white. That's for sure. So this is kind of what I've been looking at past couple days, getting me thinking about traveling and that type of thing. One thing I've always been fascinated with, just so y'all know, is traveling. I've always wanted to go different places. Hold on, I'm getting ready to sneeze. Yep, I knew it. I could feel that one coming. Sometimes it catches me off guard, but that one, it came up pretty quick. That's my allergies talking. Yay me. Anyway, I've always been fascinated with travel. One of my goals when I was younger, and I remember setting this goal, hasn't happened, by the way, was to visit all 50 states in the United States. And that has not turned into a reality for me because I got family, you know, I got responsibilities. When you have family, you have to, I guess you don't have to settle down, but I did. You know, me and my wife settled into where we live and took care of family. Both my kids are grown now, so they're adults. Don't have to think about that anymore as far as taking care of them. And my goodness, the whole sneezing thing's got my throat going now. Drink a little bit of coffee, maybe that'll help. I'm going to have to blow my nose in a second. Anyway, that's the only bad part about allergies, y'all. You sneeze one time, that's all it takes, and it starts. Give me a second. Let me do this. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's better. What's up, Jace, Trevor? What y'all doing today? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, family, settling down, all that stuff. So that's what I had to do. You know, I had to take care of family. But I was thinking about it this morning when I was watching these travel videos with this Drew Bensky guy, and I was like, would it still be possible for me to go to all 50 states? The answer is yes, because I already know the states I've been to. I mean, years ago when I was young, I was in the military, and I went from the East Coast to the West Coast. My wife actually went with me, and we drove across country. We literally put a U-Haul trailer on the back of our car with a hitch, and we packed as much as we could into that little small U-Haul trailer. The Navy brought the rest of our stuff to us in Washington State because that's where I was stationed at. And we slept on an air mattress for a month because it takes about 30 days roughly when the military moves your stuff for you. And so we slept on an air mattress in a 1-bedroom apartment, and we were happy. That's all we had. Literally, we had the clothes we took with us. We had a few things for the kitchen, a few things for the living room, not much. Because when I say small U-Haul trailer, I mean small. And we waited for everything else to be delivered to us. They finally showed up. And I don't even remember all the details on how that went down. But they showed up with our stuff a month later, and we unloaded it into our 1-bedroom apartment. And that was that. And we were there for 3.5 years. Whidbey Island, Washington, which is about an hour and a half north of Seattle. And we didn't have much money because you don't get paid a lot in the military. You can survive, obviously. Housing was covered because even though we had the apartment, they give you money to cover that. I can't remember if it covered the whole thing or not. I don't think it did. I think we had to pay a little bit out of our own pocket, but it was a learning experience. You know, thank God I wasn't by myself. At least I had my wife with me. But that was our first time away from home, from the East Coast, alone, without any help. And you got to think, this is 1991. There was no cell phone. We still had landlines. There was no internet. This is when things were still, you watched TV on a few channels, and you had cable, right? So you had some options, but things were still pretty limited as far as entertainment went. But just thinking about it now, I'm like, what did we do? But, you figured those things out. But we had a good life, So that's where our life started as a married couple. And then when I finished my time in Washington State with the military, I moved back home to North Carolina. Went to work full time. I did not immediately go to college. Well, not as soon as I came back. I had the money, but we had to figure other things out first. We had to get a house, and we had to find work and do all the things. The cool part is because we had family here, we lived with my wife's family for, I think it was 2 or 3 months while we resettled here, while we were looking for a home and all that stuff. So that worked out well. And then we just started living, doing our normal day-to-day, going to work, taking care of the kids type stuff. So, but that's why I got away from that I think that dream of traveling and hitting all 50 states. But I haven't made it a priority either. So I think if I'm going to hit that goal, what's up, Casey? I think if I'm going to hit that goal, I need to make it a priority, right? So I could literally sit down and write down all the states I've been to. I don't know how many of that is because I haven't done that yet. And then just kind of figure out, okay, how could I go to the other states and what would I do if I went there? What's the draw? What's the attraction or whatever it is you want to go? I know when we drove across country, when I was in the military and we got to South Dakota, I didn't realize until we were in South Dakota, hey, wait, this is where Mount Rushmore's at. You want to talk about something that's mind-blowing. Standing there and looking up at Mount Rushmore and realizing how massive it is. And the guy that did Mount Rushmore, it took years for him to do it. You talk about a labor of love. I mean, dude, it doesn't get any crazier than that. A national monument. And you realize how small you are too when you sit there and look at that thing, because it's massive. But that was cool. So you have all these experiences, when you're younger that helps you learn and mature and grow up and all the stuff. And I can tell you, even being the age I'm at now, I'm still doing that. I'm still learning, maturing, growing. Learning never stops, y'all. It doesn't. I think if you stop learning, at some point you're just headed straight to the grave. Because if you lose the desire to learn and to grow and to do new things, then you're not living. So right now, what I'm sharing with you is things that I think about all the time, not just sometimes. Literally all the time I think about this stuff. What's up, Will? Will Banks Carson? What are y'all doing? So yeah. So if you just joined us today, I'm Positive Perk. Welcome. Come on in, join us today. This is a very laid back, chill stream today, a variety stream. So far today, I've talked about why I stream. I've talked about travel a little bit. I found a new YouTuber called Drew Binsky. Really good content for him. I found another guy too. I don't remember what his name was though. This guy actually went to the Great Wall of China and slept in a tent on the Great Wall of China overnight. Yeah. And he did it on part of the Great Wall of China that you're not even supposed to go to. They had signs up everywhere. Please don't go here. And people were still going up there. But he slept there, filmed it, did all the stuff. I just don't remember what his name was. But he's got some good content too. So, watching this kind of stuff is getting me, it's helped me to realize there's so much going on in the world. We have such little context because the only thing we experience is where we currently live and our culture and the things that we do on a daily. When there's so much more out there. And that's what's wild about life in general. Just you got to realize you're not the only person on the planet. There's so much more to life than just being self-absorbed and into your own head and the way you do things. And you can learn so much from other people by watching it and observing what they do and how they do it. So that's where I'm at today on all that stuff. What's up, Malik? Earlier I tried to do just a regular, straight up, nothing but stream on TikTok, but my live center wouldn't let me do that for some reason. I don't know if because they, when they did the fake ban a few weeks ago, and I truly do believe that was a fake ban, y'all. I'm not just saying. I know it went dark for 10 hours and you couldn't use it, but I think they were just moving servers. I think the company that is buying ByteDance, the U.S. version of TikTok, has already happened. They just haven't announced it yet. That's what I think. Malik agrees. Malik says, I agree. I think it was fake. I think the whole plan was already in place. They knew who they were going to sell it to ahead of time. They just had to get the Chinese government to agree and all that, however that works. Because I don't understand how all that works for business in China versus here. Because I'm sure it's different. I'm sure the way their government set up compared to our government is vastly different. I still think, this is my opinion, again, nothing's been officially announced. I think Meta bought it. That's what I think. So, Malik says, you have any thoughts on the running back class going to the NFL draft? Not really. Not yet. I haven't spent any real time looking at that yet. I usually start looking at NFL draft stuff when it gets closer to the draft. Because we're only, a week out from the Super Bowl. So I'll look at that stuff later on when we get closer to the draft. Malik also says they don't want to ban it before a U.S. company buys it and loses users. true. That's why I think they just shut it down temporarily, to move servers. Because you have to do that. You have to, if you're going to move servers, you have to shut stuff off to move it. Again, I'm not an IT guy, but common sense would tell you that. Malik also says, my wife uses TikTok, Google, YouTube. They're losing big business. I'm sure she's not the only one. Yeah. Look, things move around. Things shift. Things happen. It is what it is. Internet is an interesting place. Like one of the videos I watched with this Drew Bensky guy, he's over in China talking to one of the locals. And this local guy didn't even know what YouTube was. He had no clue what YouTube was. And he tells the guy through an interpreter, I make my living on YouTube. I travel around, I do these videos, and that's how I make my living. And the guy thought it was really cool. He was like, well, that's amazing. And then he pulls out his phone and shows Drew that there's a Chinese app that they use that's similar to TikTok, but it's not TikTok. It's called something else. And he said, this is what we use for, I guess it's kind of like their YouTube. I don't remember what he called it now, but fascinating stuff, That's why I say there's so much going on in the world. It's we just we get trapped in our own minds. Hold on, y'all. We think that what we're doing and how we're doing it is the only way to do it, and it's just not true. There's so many different ways you can do things, There's so many different countries doing different things, using their own apps. Companies are being created all over the place for different purposes. So, yeah, I find that fascinating because I think our world is fascinating as a whole. I always have thought that. But I think we get so comfortable in the way we do things on the daily, in our own lives, that we get a little, what's the word? Complacent. We get a little complacent. We don't realize how much more is going on out there. But just simply opening up ourselves to watching travel videos and seeing that there are other things going on other than what's going on in my backyard, or in my city or in my state, country, whatever. It's fascinating. It really is. And it's cool. I love it. So Drew's one of the guys. I haven't really looked at the news today. Let me go look at the news with y'all. What I normally do, this is what I normally do just to see what's going on. I think I'm going to start doing less of this, though, because I really I need to get in a better place mentally as far as news goes. Some of the news gets on my nerves. Like you're constantly hearing about this stuff, right? About politics and the different parties and all that mess. That gets on my nerves. But I do like to I like to know and be aware of what's going on. I don't want to get too deep into it. I don't want to make it my whole day, but I do want to be aware. That's a good way to say it. So this is how I do it. I go to Yahoo and I'll just scroll through and just see what the headlines are. If I see something interesting, I'll click it, read it, get the main idea and move on. I don't spend a ton of time on it though. I don't sit there and read the entire article usually. I'm usually looking for the main ideas. Sometimes I'll even click an article and I'll just scroll all the way to the bottom where the summary is, because usually they'll have a summary and I read the summary, So that's what I do. This is kind of how I learn and how I keep up with news that's going on day to day. So I do this, and then I'll go. I'll usually check in on crypto stuff to see kind of what's going on with that. So I'll go to Coin Market Cap and I'll see, okay, hey, Bitcoin's at 95,000. Ethereum 2700 XRP, and I just kind of look through, see what's going on. Solana's down right now. When I first started looking at crypto a couple months ago, Solana was up at like 200 and something. 200 and, was it 40, I think? I don't remember now. But everything's down right now. Everything's kind of chilling. Look, the fear and greed right now, fear's at 38. When I first started looking at crypto, greed was up here. It was way up here in this green. But now we're down to here. So, but that's how markets are. You know, every market's like this, not just crypto. You have your moments where it's really hot and things are moving, and then you have moments where it's just kind of not doing that much anything. I've noticed here lately with meme coins have been, I don't know, kind of not dead, but not on fire. They're just kind of somewhere in the middle. So if you're into meme coins and you want to see kind of what's going on, get a Dex Screener. Dex Screener is where all the meme coins are pretty much listed. I mean, you can see them on CoinMarketCap, but Dex Screener is the best place. Here's what I normally do. I want to see just what's going on with Solana-based meme coins. I'll go Solana, then I click on Radium, then I'll go to 1 hour. And then after I do that, then I'll go to Age and see what the newest ones are. Just to get an idea of what's coming, what's come out, and what's hot and what's not. That's a good way to say it. So I use the filters to figure all this out. But again, crypto is one of those things you need to kind of do your homework and study it for a while before you're going to understand what you're even going to look at, what you're looking at. So if you don't do your homework on this stuff, you're not going to have a clue what you're doing, and you're going to lose money. So do your homework. Just like they tell you in school. Do your homework. So, yeah. What's up, Dalvin? Dalvin's liking the live. Appreciate it, man. Oh, man. All right, I think I'm going to pick a new video here to watch. I'll just watch it with you guys because let's see, what can we find here? I'm going to find one that I think is interesting. I don't want to find anything too super long, but it's got some shorter stuff on here too. This guy's called Iceman. I guess he likes cold stuff. I can tell you right now, I can't do like the ice bath stuff. Oh my God. I am so sensitive to that. Sometimes if I hold a cold drink too long, it feels like my hands are literally burning. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. I think you'd have to feel it to understand it. Here's a good one right here. Is Japan really living in the future? Let's watch this one.
Today we
I
are
haven't watched
setting
this
up
one
this
yet.
Chick-fil-A employee for anything she wants.
You could pick any item you want. I'll go get it.
Japan is the future. It's the ultimate place of
Check it out.
convenience. Their society strives for efficiency. Each floor of this building lights up and tells you what's on that floor. Even after 6 visits here, I'm still stunned by the ever-evolving culture that opens my eyes in more ways than you can imagine. Just walking down the street, any street, and every one of my senses is overwhelmed. If you've ever seen Lost in Translation, that movie perfectly depicts the feeling of Tokyo. Much like Bill Murray, I am lost in translation here, but I absolutely love it.
Konnichiwa.
Japan is different. It's electric, it's sexy, it's tasty, it's confusing, but above all, it's futuristic. The Japanese are innovators. They somehow figure things out decades before the rest of the world, either because they are geniuses or the fact that they've lived their entire existence in isolation, or both. Here are 10 ways Japan
I could
is
see
10
that.
years ahead of the world. 1. Bullet trains. So this is the bullet train to Osaka. We're gonna go check it out. Let's see what we can find. In Japan, there are over 2,300 kilometers of tracks with trains going 320 kilometers per hour. They carry more
Holy.
than 360 million passengers per year, more than the entire population of the USA. The
Wow.
500-kilometer journey from Tokyo to Kyoto takes 7 hours by car, but you can zip by in 2 hours on the bullet train. 2. Robots. Call me crazy, but I think robots will be driving cars within 10 years in Japan.
Probably.
$600 for this guy. They're already serving you lunch, helping you in stores, and staring at you in windows. Like this guy named Pepper, who's found at SoftBank. He can analyze your facial expressions, follow you around, guess your current mood, or just be a cool friend to hang out with. 3. Arcade gaming. That arcade is like 10 stories tall. A large amount
Holy.
of Japanese men are obsessed with arcades, and they are really skilled, especially at the reaction games. These games make me feel like I'm in the 23rd century. Almost every video game you played as a kid was invented in Japan, so it's kind of in their blood to be gamers. 4. Super toilets. There's no place more enjoyable to go to the
Super
bathroom
toilets.
than Japan. I actually look forward to it. The toilets are so advanced, heating up your butt, cleaning it spotless.
Ah.
It just squirted me. And some high-tech toilets can even check your blood pressure, urine, protein,
What?
weight, and body fat. 5. Vending machines.
That's
While vending
cool.
machines aren't uniquely Japanese, Japan's vending machines are unique and innovative. The country has 5.5 million vending machines.
Dang.
That took about 1 second. And not only for cold drinks, but for piping hot cappuccinos, strange toys, and a bunch of other wacky items. Spaghetti bolognese sauce, just in case you wanted any carrots. Ice cream vending machine. This one here sells popcorn. No joke, it's actually really good. It's common to order meals at restaurants from a vending machine, which just makes life easier. It's like an alley, a really creepy
What?
alley. It goes in even more. This is weird, man. Like, who buys this stuff? 6. Public transportation. For a city with 38 million people, it boggles my mind how immaculate their metro systems are. I say systems because you have multiple rail networks in one city.
Wow.
There are 882 interconnected rail stations in the Tokyo metropolis. Shinjuku Station is the busiest train station in the world with 3.64 million passengers daily. This place is a madhouse. There's just a whole new world happening underground in Tokyo. 7. Automated car parking. To save space, the Japanese invented parking lots where they stack cars on top of each other. Many apartment complexes, hotels, and restaurants have them. Think of it like a vending machine for cars. 8. Future fashion. Just walk down the street in Tokyo's Akihabara district and you'll spot many people dressed like it's the 22nd century, decked out in retro sci-fi gear and styles that you've never even thought of. And also maids. 9. Touchscreen menus.
Yeah.
At many upscale restaurants, there's no need for hostesses and waiters when you can have an iPad or a cutting-edge screen like this one to order your food. Order. 10. The little things. To touch on a bunch of other random things. Guys, I'm staying at a budget hotel. I just got out of the shower and it automatically cleans the window. So in the middle of the street, they have these touchscreen things to get information. The heaters have fans waving over it to evenly spread the warmth. The taxis will automatically open the door for you. And these vending machines are on a whole new level. Oh, is that a vending machine? Yeah, it is a vending machine. Oh, so you pay
Wow.
with your MetroCard? While these things may exist in
That's
other
high-tech.
countries, Japan takes them to a new level. These 10 reasons, among many others, are why I think Japan is the most futuristic country on earth. You gotta come here and see it to believe it. I'm Trubinsky, and if you like my videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every country in the world.
Dude, that's wild, man. That is crazy, dude. I do think the United States is behind on some of that, some of the tech stuff. Not everything, but there are things that we're missing out on that other countries are already doing that we're just not doing. So Dalvin says, I need to go to Japan. I honestly think I would live in Japan. I don't know if I'd live there. I would visit Japan. I think visiting there would be a cool thing to do, but I'm not sure I'd want to live there. But who knows? I've never been there, so I don't really know. I think I would have to visit, you know. I do know I was watching somebody else the other day that does travel stuff, and they were just talking about if you ever think you want to live somewhere, you definitely want to, you know, go visit the place several times before you decide to buy, settle down, rent, whatever. And one of the biggest tips I've seen on if you're going to move somewhere else, which again, it's just common sense, get to know the local people. Get to know the people that live there daily and talk to them, because then you get a real idea of what it's like to live somewhere. Because, you know, it's one thing to talk to a tourist that goes there and visits, but somebody that lives there permanently, whole different ballgame. Especially if you're moving somewhere that they don't speak English. So I got a feeling though in Japan a lot of people would speak English, you know. Dalvin says the rest of the world is definitely caught up and even past the U.S. in some aspects. I agree. I have watched enough of these videos to know that, again, there are certain things in tech that we're behind on. We got things to do. We got things to learn. I think part of our problem is government in general. It's a lot of red tape, a lot of things you have to hoops to jump through and things to do, and I think that's slowed our growth down. Again, that's my opinion, but hopefully we'll get back to innovating and being the leader in that. Because I've watched some other videos from other channels too that talk about the past and kind of what we've done in the past as a country and how people used to be, really innovative in their thinking, and we've lost some of that along the way. Why, I don't know, but we have a little bit. Does he have any other short ones? $0.01. 5 things 1 cent can get around the world. Huh. These longer ones I watch when, I'm just kind of chilling at night. I'm looking for something that I think would be interesting. I always find it interesting too is when I look at somebody's channel how their thumbnails change over time. I don't know if I'd want to go to somewhere really cold, or like the two extremes, super cold and super hot. I don't know if I'd want to do that. Now this one might be interesting. Surviving on Bitcoin for 48 hours in El Salvador. Check this out.
One of our nicknames is Double Trouble because we're always getting into some kind of mischief.
Amigo, do you accept Bitcoin? Accept on Bitcoin. No? Do you use Bitcoin? No. No?
Uh-oh.
Man. Right off the bat, it's a little harder than we thought because we've been denied
Wow.
twice where they don't accept Bitcoin. Maybe we'll find one. Do you accept Bitcoin? You do?
Bitcoin is now legal currency in El Salvador.
The first country in the world to use Bitcoin as legal tender.
It's not my opinion. I don't like use it.
You don't like it?
No.
But is this all a hoax or is it actually true? Don't go anywhere for the next 20 minutes. This is Bitcoin in El Salvador.
Hey Simon, what's up?
How's it going?
Good, dude. I can't wait to come to El Salvador.
For sure, man. You're gonna love it here.
My entire goal is to see if I can actually pay for everything in Bitcoin, if it's actually possible.
You can pay for restaurants, supermarket, gas,
Hotel?
and hotels. You can pay for them in Bitcoin.
We'll try, man, but I'm looking forward to seeing you, and we're gonna have an awesome trip, man.
This should be interesting.
Sounds great.
Good morning, guys. It is 4:38 a.m. and I am so excited, even though
That's
my
early.
voice is tired. I'm so excited to head to El Salvador, a country I love and the first country in the world to officially adopt Bitcoin as a currency. So I'm going to go down there as a challenge to see if I can spend everything in Bitcoin. It is pretty crazy how fast Bitcoin is moving right now and how the world is adopting it, and I want to go to El Salvador and learn all about it and see how it's a part of their culture. I don't really know what to expect, but I know it's going to be incredible, and here we go for the next 48 hours in El Salvador. Let the Bitcoin games begin.
Good
Good to meet you.
Likewise.
How you doing, man?
Great, man.
Thanks for picking me up.
For sure.
Back in El Salvador after 5
Yeah.
years. Simon, we met through Instagram just a couple days ago.
Yeah,
And let's go have some fun, dude.
for sure. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your visit.
Oh, dude, I'm 100% gonna enjoy. I love this country. As soon as I leave the airport, the first sign I see right there is a Bitcoin exchange. When I paid the $12 for my visa to get in, on the window it says we accept Bitcoin.
Yeah, really.
I was like, how many tourists come here that are
Did you
expecting
pay
to?
it?
No, not in Bitcoin. But everything else from now on will be in Bitcoin. That was she caught me off guard. She was like Bitcoin or cash. I was like, I'm not prepared for this yet. You know?
El Salvador is a wonderful country.
I wouldn't
one
have
time back in
enough.
2017,
Man,
and
I
was
don't have any
completely
Bitcoin.
blown away.
No, I don't
the
have any.
endless volcanoes, the underrated cuisine, and the world-class hospitality. But my reason for returning back to El Salvador this time is different. If you're still one of those who don't understand crypto, here's a quick crash course. Cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange just like US
Crypto.
dollars, but it's all digital, and there are 3 main reasons why it's here to stay. Number 1, it's fraud-proof. Crypto is not issued by a central bank, so governments cannot control it. Number 2, it's accessible.
It's
All you need
decentralized.
is a smartphone and an internet connection, and then you are basically your own bank, sending and receiving payments at your fingertips. Number 3, it's quick and reliable. All transactions happen in a matter of seconds, and it's nearly impossible for anyone to steal it. Since Bitcoin was created 12 years ago, our global economy has been
On the
moving towards a
blockchain.
digital ecosystem, and El Salvador is a prime-time example of what the future holds. About 7 months ago, this Central American nation became the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender, along with their other official
That's cool.
currency, the US dollar.
What's up, Brock?
To promote using it, President Bukele created a smartphone app called Chiva Wallet, which allows citizens to send and receive Bitcoin, convert them to US dollars, and withdraw it from a special ATM without needing a bank account. Within months, over 3 million Salvadorians have the app on their phone to pay their house bills, buy lunch, or even gasoline. All in Bitcoin.
We are in the bustling city center of San Salvador, a place that many people think is so dangerous, but here we are with our big cameras and it's fine, it's chill.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tranquilo.
Tranquilo. muy
People
tranquilo.
don't care, people are friendly, they say hi to you, and that's all I want to say is stop being scared of El Salvador. The mission right now is to find some pupusas, and I want to see if people are going to accept Bitcoin in this part of the city. Show me where's the Bitcoin ATM.
It's over there. It's the
Where?
Chivo ATM.
That huge blue Chivo sign?
Yeah,
Okay, let's go. Is this your first time at a Bitcoin ATM? Be honest.
Yeah, it is.
First time?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is the first time. All right, let's figure out how to do this.
You can take out cash and you can like buy Bitcoin. So let's put recharge. They're gonna send
Wild,
me
you can
a
buy
message.
Bitcoin on an ATM.
Yeah, I got the verification code.
And we are literally buying Bitcoin from an ATM in El Salvador. This is real life.
I have to put my wallet here.
If this happens in the U.S., Bitcoin will go sky high.
Works.
I'm just
buy
telling
one
you.
Bitcoin, bro.
If other countries start doing this,
$80.
Okay.
So
Bitcoin
now
will go
let's
through the
put it
roof.
in.
Look, as he's putting the money in, the number's going up. And this is like an exact moment rate because this changes a lot. Simon
Yep.
just put in $80.
That's how it
Which
works.
is 0.00191273 Bitcoin. All right, let's finalize the transaction. And so it goes to the app on your phone.
Yeah.
And just like that, we have purchased Bitcoin at an ATM machine. All right, let's go buy some shit with it. There's a transformation happening with Bitcoin in this country. And what are your thoughts about it?
Estamos viviendo en El Salvador y tenemos que apoyarlo.
If it is from El Salvador, we have to support it.
Do you know a good pupusa place around here?
Vamos a la vuelta. Vamos a la vuelta.
Okay, we're going with him. He's a nice guy, right?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
We're gonna follow his lead.
We walked around for a while and couldn't find a place to get pupusas yet, so we
Pupusa.
settled on a coffee shop. This was my very first test of using Bitcoin in El
What's up,
Salvador.
Reagan?
So we made it into a cafe. We're gonna try some Salvadorian coffee. Accept that Bitcoin? See?
So we go to the Chivo wallet,
Ah,
press send, Bitcoin.
Wow, muy fácil. We just paid $7 in Bitcoin. Gracias, amigo. You just witnessed my very first transaction of my life paying in crypto. How did that feel? What was that like for you?
It was interesting.
We just paid for the
That's
coffee in
cool.
Bitcoin.
Acabamos de pagar en Bitcoin.
Es el futuro.
El futuro.
Futuro.
Yes.
Sí.
Yes.
We'll take our coffees to go and we'll drink them on the and walk around. Yeah. Let's try the Salvadorian coffee.
I wonder if it's strong.
Super hot, caliente, but fuerte.
Strong, yeah.
Okay, vámonos. This guy's like, I just want to eat pupusas. I don't care about your coffee.
Iba a venirse para acá, El Salvador.
What's
¿Ya
this?
has visto los videos?
Oh, cool.
Sí, ya los he visto los videos. Ya dije que vi el video que habían estado aquí en Centroamérica.
I saw a video
Tiene
in
que
Central
venirse.
America.
Gracias.
Sí, ya lo he visto.
¿Quieres comer conmigo pupusas ahora?
Vaya.
¿Con el jefe? ¿Con el jefe? Okay, y mi amigo Simón. Okay, we're all gonna eat pupusas together. Vámonos. What is a pupusa?
Pupusa is basically corn flour filled with beans and cheese and some ground pork.
What's your favorite kind?
Rice flour.
Rice flour. Finally, we have found a pupusa place that accepts Bitcoin, and we're here with the crew, the people that we randomly met, the old dude who's awesome, the young dude that we met on the street. We got Simon in the house, and we're gonna enjoy my favorite Latin American.
It's gonna make me
dish.
hungry watching this.
Boom. Got it.
Which I love trying different foods.
How is it?
Oh, hot sauce.
It's a pupusa party over here. I purposely did not eat breakfast or lunch because I knew when I came to El Salvador I was gonna have this, and I'm just in heaven right now. So good.
Lots of cheese.
All fun and games aside, the Bitcoin use in El
Nice.
Salvador is still limited. Some people fear that the extreme price volatility can cause it to crash, like the current market status, while others remain optimistic for its growth.
It's not my opinion. I don't like use state. I think the state, they can control you like China. I like my private life.
I think Bitcoin is a good option for those that are digital nomad. If you say you don't want to have any cash with you,
Yep.
and you
I
have
agree with that.
Funds in Bitcoin is perfect.
Do you use Bitcoin?
No,
¿Por qué?
pues
For people that are not wealthy, it's more expensive.
El Bitcoin es una ventana para el mundo
He
también.
says that it is a window to the world, that it helps us to attract tourists and people to the country, so he thinks it's positive.
Simone and I are heading to a place called Bitcoin Beach on the west coast to see if we can actually survive only in Bitcoin. It's time to hit the streets and see what we can discover. All right, we made it to a beach town called El Tunco, which is apparently where all the nightlife is. Today's Monday, so there's not too much nightlife now, but definitely has a beachy vibe. All right, what do you need to get right now?
Is some swimsuits and some sandals.
You gotta get a swimsuit and sandals.
Yeah.
Let's go see if they'll take Bitcoin.
Let's go. ¿Acepta Bitcoin? Sí. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
Dude, she accepts Bitcoin. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
$10. In Bitcoin. How long have you been accepting Bitcoin in this shop?
Bueno, desde el año pasado.
So they started using it since last year when the government started legalizing the whole process.
Would you say that most of your transactions every day are in Bitcoin or dollars?
Bueno, tanto como en dólares y en Bitcoin.
Equally, just as the clients buy in dollars, they buy in Bitcoin.
Bitcoin goes up and down really fast. So has it hurt your business? Have you found more success with it?
Cuando se pasa a dólares, pues
What's up,
no
Jacob?
afecta mucho.
Normally, when they receive the transaction in Bitcoin, they automatically turn it into dollars
Right away.
right away, so the fluctuation does not affect them.
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. Simon,
What's up?
we came here without a hotel.
makes sense.
Which is how I like to do it, be very spontaneous. However, I'm not 100% certain that we're going to have a bed to sleep in because they need to accept Bitcoin. And from our experiences today, some people accepted it, some people didn't. So do you think we can find one that accepts Bitcoin?
I'm pretty sure we will find one.
I hope so. So we're going to go knock on doors of random hotels and guest houses and see if they accept Bitcoin. And I'm feeling a little bit anxious because I would love to have a bed. I've been up since 2 a.m. this morning. All right, we have option number 1.
Hola, ¿cuánto cuesta la noche? Es 75 and 90.
To 90? Do you accept Bitcoin?
No.
They do not accept Bitcoin. So we actually might be sleeping on the street tonight. We actually might be in trouble. I don't know if we can find a hotel. What do you think about this one?
Hopefully, yes. Aceptan Bitcoin.
No?
Están llenos.
It's full?
All right, bro, we're at the next one here. What do you think?
Hopefully. I see a sign over there.
See a sign? Yeah. Dude, this is epic. We found it. Oh my god, we even got Bitcoin surfboards with lights on them.
They got Bitcoin everywhere.
Our hotel, there's Bitcoin signs everywhere. I'm just happy we're gonna have a bed to sleep in tonight.
Except on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Perfecto. To pull the car in. I was gonna keep going like the whole night if we didn't find it. We might be the only people on this earth right now that are rolling up to a hotel and gonna pay in Bitcoin for it. This place looks nice.
Yeah.
Was it per night? 100?
I think it's 99 per person.
Congrats, we made it. We found a
Awesome,
hotel
man.
with Bitcoin.
It was
awesome
great.
day. I'll see you in the morning, bro.
Sounds great.
Take care. See ya. It is so cool and so bizarre to think that we got this hotel room by using Bitcoin. I cannot stress enough how surreal this is, how futuristic this is.
That's awesome.
And all I know is that I'm exhausted and I'm gonna have an amazing night's sleep right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Buenos dias and good morning. I'm here in El Zonte, which is a beach not far away from El Tunco. And here is known to be famous for two things. One is it's called Bitcoin Beach, which means you can buy many things in Bitcoin. But two, it's also a really, really beautiful place. I'm surrounded by greenery, trees. You got surfers on the
That is
sea.
pretty.
So I'm gonna dive deep into this little town and we'll see what we can find. Hola.
Hola. ¿Aceptan Bitcoin? Ah, perfecto. We have peanut juices
Wow.
with milk and tamarind juice and sodas and sandwiches.
What's the white one?
It's peanut with milk.
The white one?
Yep.
All right, I'll have that one. A little random street vendor on the side of the road accepts Bitcoin. One of each juice here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much is it?
50 cents.
50
both of
cents.
them.
Wow.
Guys, what we're witnessing right now is absolutely historic. I mean, El Salvador is the first country to adopt Bitcoin, but just imagine how many more are going to follow their lead. It's just a really, really special time to visit.
It's going to happen.
and so
I'm
grateful to be here and
convinced
make
it's
this
going to
video.
happen.
I think now's a good time to talk about my journey through crypto and the reason I came here. I've been really interested in the space for about 6 months now. It's really cool, and it's so incredible to know what the future brings for technology and how we're going to live our lives.
Yeah.
And I want to let you know that I have an NFT collection called Travel Tokens. It is detailed illustrations of all my favorite places, memories, and experiences from visiting every country. And it's the very first NFT collection that's travel focused that represents all 197 countries in the world. Stay tuned on my Instagram for updates on how you can get on the whitelist and how you can get yours early. I'm going to be offering really cool benefits like
See?
my
There
free
you go.
travel hacking course. It's a $200 value, but I'm giving it to you for free. The chance to travel
created
with me
his
in
own
the future,
crypto.
getting into my secret travel community, and tons more. So stay tuned for that. And there's no better place to announce it than El Salvador.
That's cool.
We found a little surf shop / hotel / restaurant on the beach. Trying to get some food, see if they accept Bitcoin. All right, this is the restaurant. Found our lunch spot.
Yeah.
And they confirmed that they accept Bitcoin here?
They accept Bitcoin for sure.
That means we can eat as much as we want.
Yeah. Salvadorian seafood is great.
That's what they have?
Yeah. Gracias.
Gracias. Fresh? Muy rico?
Very fresh. Like you can feel the pure coconut.
I could drink this all day, every day. Pure coconut. Those are enchiladas?
Yeah, and these are pupusas with like pulled pork on the top.
Pupusa enchiladas.
These are octopus tostadas.
Bro, let's try this.
Octopus. I've had octopus
Oh,
before, and it's, I don't know,
Amazing.
kind of chewy,
This
rubbery.
is pupusas, which we had earlier. Famous El Salvadorian treat. And what's on top?
It's like pulled pork, but with Salvadorian spices.
Holy crap. That's one of the best things I've tried in this country. And lastly, we have ceviche, which you can find all over
Ceviche.
South America, Central America. It's basically raw shrimp, and it's
It's a
really good
standard.
vinegar sauce.
And it has lime juice and orange juice, so it's gonna have like a sweet and sour taste.
Mm-hmm.
So fresh, so good, man. You just can't find this in the U.S.
For sure.
All right, thank you, Bitcoin. Let's get to work. Literally can't believe how easy that is. It's like maybe 10 total seconds. She takes out her phone, he takes out his phone, takes a picture of the QR code, and boom, we paid in Bitcoin.
That is pretty easy.
Apparently, you can buy property right here on this beach.
That's cool, dude.
Through a company called Oceanside, which we're about to go in and talk to them and see if they accept Bitcoin, which I've heard they do. Let's go inside. I'm here because everyone's talking about El Salvador right now. In the news, all the headlines, the president
has officially adopted Bitcoin. He made the decision about 6 months ago to adopt Bitcoin as an official currency. And I think it's fascinating. I think it's really cool. So as a local, what has been your experience with people paying in Bitcoin, and how have you reacted to it?
First time this is happening, so there's a lot of gray area.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of questions. But yeah, everything's moving positive. I mean, I believe within 2 or 3 days after the president made his Bitcoin announcement, my coworkers sold the first Bitcoin property.
So if someone comes here and says, I want to pay in Bitcoin, you can do it?
Yeah, well, that's the process that we're in, because not everybody's accepting Bitcoin.
Have you noticed more optimism, or like people being skeptic about it? Like what does the general population feel about Bitcoin?
Well, I get a lot of external, not internal.
Got it.
Because I get a lot of people that are asking, that want to come in and want to know what's going on. As a matter of fact, they're called Bitcoiners.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come here and we show them around, show them El Zonte, which is, they call it Bitcoin Beach.
Have you met a lot of crypto people?
Yes, there is
fascinating.
That's cool.
Yeah, things are moving, and that's what we're here for.
Love it. Thank you so much. Great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
So now we are heading back to the city and stopping on the way to see some beautiful sights. Is there anything else you think we can get in Bitcoin?
Yeah, we need to get some gas.
You're telling me we can go to a gas station, fill up the tank, and pay in Bitcoin?
100%.
All right, so I guess it's easier than I thought to survive on Bitcoin. So we are heading to the gas station now, and after that...
Maybe at McDonald's?
At McDonald's, they have Bitcoin too.
Yeah, they accept Bitcoin.
Okay, so McDonald's...
At McDonald's?
I've eaten at McDonald's in 77
You can pay in Bitcoin
countries.
at McDonald's in
So,
El Salvador.
Another one, McDonald's in El Salvador.
What?
And I'm going to pay using Bitcoin.
It's taken my family generations to perfect the
What?
perfect curry. Patax makes perfect.
All right, so they're going to get gas and pay in
What was
Bitcoin.
that? Oh, yeah. Accept on Bitcoin. See? Bitcoin.
That's impressive.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So I'm paying for $43.5, but I'm paying it through Bitcoin.
For gasoline.
For gasoline. So look at it. 20 minutes, the price changes.
Oh, because the price of Bitcoin changes?
Because of the fluctuation.
Oh my God.
So here we put confirm, and there we go. It's already done.
Wow. I'm rolling up to McDonald's, and we are gonna pay for the meal in Bitcoin. Here we are.
Let's try.
Let's try.
What do you want to get?
Definitely ice cream.
And they're advertising it too.
2 quarter pounders.
There we go.
Oh, it says Bitcoin?
That's fascinating.
It says Bitcoin on there. That's awesome. You can pay in Bitcoin. That is so cool. It literally says it on the screen.
There we go.
Dude, you can take a picture of it? Yeah. Are you kidding me? What? On the little machines here at McDonald's that ask if you want to pay in Bitcoin. You pay in Bitcoin and then you take a picture of the QR code. 0.0000317 Bitcoin. All right, let's go wait for it. Gracias.
That is amazing.
Taking it upstairs. We made it. We just bought this McDonald's in Bitcoin. This is the final stop of the trip. The last time I was at McDonald's was in Venezuela when I spent like 10 million bolivares just to get like something really small. And now we're here in El Salvador and we pay for this in Bitcoin. Let's see if it's actually good. Quality's not bad. Yeah.
Nice.
McDonald's in El
What's up,
Salvador
Official
with
Jay?
Bitcoin doesn't get any better than this. What an epic journey it has been so far in El Salvador.
That's wild,
It
dude.
is such a beautiful country on all fronts. I hope you are as optimistic as I am for the future of this country and cryptocurrency as a whole, because I
Yeah.
think it makes the world a better, more connected, and secure place. I'm very curious to know your thoughts on the subject, so please comment them below. That
Dude.
officially wraps up the Bitcoin adventure in El Salvador. Dude, thank you for taking me around.
You're welcome, man.
I met Simon on Instagram like, what, a week ago?
Yeah, like a week ago.
And we did a couple calls, and he's a really cool dude, and he offered to take me around, and I had a blast. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a great time, man.
It's been a crazy 2 days here in El Salvador. We managed to get everything by only using Bitcoin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned about El Salvador. It's an amazing country. Is there anything you want to say, last words?
I think the video covers it all.
You think the video covers it all? All right, guys, well, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Hasta luego. Peace. I'm Drew Binsky, and thanks for watching. Make sure to...
That is awesome, dude. That's awesome. See, like, just that one example right there of a country like El Salvador using Bitcoin, and we're not there yet. See, this is where I think, as a leader in the world, we should be setting the pace for stuff like this, you know? But we're behind on that. We're already behind. Because El Salvador is doing it. China already has a system set up. I don't know if they're using Bitcoin in China, but they have a pay system. You pay for everything on your phone. Like, I don't think they have cash, but they barely use it. So this is where we're going, right? This is where the future looks like for currency in general. So yeah, I think it's exciting. Some people are scared to death of it. I'm not. I'm not scared of it, y'all. I'm 53, but I've been able to watch and go through all these changes in my life too. You know, I've been able to see, you know, going from a society that doesn't have internet to a society that has internet. I got to experience that. The microwave oven, I could just go through all these things that I've seen change since I was a little kid. And it's all been positive. You know, nothing has really happened that's been bad. It's all made our lives better and easier. And, you know, like they were showing on the other video in Japan, they're creating robots to help you do things. I keep telling my wife this. I'm like, I've told her this many, many times. Where's my robot that's going to help me in the kitchen, right? Do some of the things that I necessarily don't want to do, that I should do anyway. But I do it. I'm not wild about doing it, like folding clothes and stuff like that. But you know, I just think it's fascinating, and I've always been fascinated by tech stuff anyway. And my wife is also fascinated by tech. What's really weird is my wife will actually buy things tech based and use it before I do. And it's just weird me even saying that, but that's usually how it happens. She'll buy something first and then I'll see her using it. And I'm like, well, do you like it? You know, do you enjoy it? She's like, yeah. And then I'll end up getting it. Unless it's like a watch. I don't wear watches, so I don't have a smart watch. Don't care anything about it. But yeah, so cryptocurrency is fascinating to me, especially the whole Bitcoin thing. I mean, again, if you look at the Bitcoin price, it stays very stable. I mean, it does fluctuate. Like right now it's at 95,000, but in the past 3 months where I've studied crypto, I've been looking at crypto, the price of Bitcoin has went from anywhere from 95,000 to 105,000. And it stayed in that 10K range the whole time. So as far as stability goes, it's more stable than any of the rest. Ethereum is way down. Ethereum was up at 3,700 and something for a while. It's down over 1,000. It's down over a third of what it was. Solana is way down compared to where it was. So out of all the ones that are stable, if you want to use the word stable, the most stable one is Bitcoin. And this is why countries are looking at it to use it as a reserve to help prop up, stabilize, whatever word you want to use there, for their economies. So I think it's cool. I think it's amazing. I think that's the future. I think a lot of countries are going to do it. Matter of fact, let's just look it up. I just want to know. How many countries are using Bitcoin? Let's see if it tells us. We Google it. It says right now, annual cryptocurrency adoption, so just crypto in general, is in 56 different countries. Consumers from countries Africa, Asia, South America were most likely to be an owner of cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. Huh. So more and more countries are adopting it. Oh, let's ask this question. How many countries are using Bitcoin as a reserve? don't think many are doing that yet. Norway's sovereign fund has become a cryptocurrency market leader by investing in crypto-related businesses. One of the 13 nations holding Bitcoin, according to a recent report. The UK and El Salvador, market pioneers in digital currencies, also hold significant Bitcoin reserves. So Norway, UK, El Salvador all have Bitcoin reserves already. I think we're going to have one. I really do. I think we're headed that direction. I don't know when it'll happen, how fast it'll happen, but I think we're going in that direction. I think it's going to happen sooner than later. I will say that. Again, how fast? It takes time for that kind of stuff to be established in government and come up with systems and all that stuff, but I think we're going in that direction for sure. It's fascinating. I'm in for it. I'm in for it. I think what I need to do is I need to start, and I've already told my wife this, I need to start taking some of the money that I make through my side ventures, side hustles, whatever you want to call it, and just buying Bitcoin little by little until I buy up enough to where I have at least one Bitcoin. Because if you have one Bitcoin, that's what, almost $100K. And, you know, more and more countries start using it, adopting it. Bitcoin price is going to go up. It's not going to, I don't think it's coming back down. Because it was at 60K for quite a while. And now it's sitting, again, in the past 3 months, it stayed at that 95 to 105 range. And I think it's going to stay there. So I think what I want to do is I want to start little by little by little. And you can do this. You can literally buy very small amounts of Bitcoin and put it in a crypto wallet and just keep adding to it. Instead of maybe putting money into a savings account or something like that, you could just slowly purchase Bitcoin over time. So I think it's cool. What's up, Official Jay? What you doing today, man? We're doing us a nice chill stream today, Jay. I need to take a bathroom break, so I think I'm going to go do that. I hadn't even played any Fortnite yet. I hadn't played any game yet. I've been on here an hour and a half. I told everybody in the beginning, though, this was going to be a different stream, and I'm going to take it at my pace and do what I want to do today. I didn't plan anything out today. No plan at all. Just go with the flow. So if there's anything interesting you think I should go check out or look at or video or whatever, let me know in the chat, and we'll go check it out together. I might even see what Queso's been up to. I do watch Queso from time to time to get a good laugh, because I think you need that you need that comedy to get those endorphins going. You know what I'm saying? We all need to get a laugh, and Queso does a good job of making me laugh. The stuff people send him in the mail is hilarious. I just absolutely love that whole segment he does with the opening his mail. I'm laughing already, and I haven't even watched any of his stuff in the past week. So I'm going to take a bathroom break, and then maybe what I should do is just play a video for you guys while I'm taking my bathroom break. I'm going to get some drink, maybe get a snack. I don't know. I need to eat some lunch here in a little bit, and we'll figure it out. I'll go back to my gameplay screen. Let me find y'all a video. Let's see. What could we watch, or what could I let y'all watch? Find something different. I don't care about the world's largest crack market. I'm not. One thing I'm not going to do on my channel is encourage negative behavior. So, behavior that could take you down the wrong path in your life. I'm not encouraging that. Is it fascinating? Yes. But I'm just not into that. Doesn't entertain me. That's not entertaining to me. This might be a good one. 5 things one penny can get around the world. I'll let y'all watch that.
Imagine what Da Vinci could have built if he had the smart buying tools on Amazon Business.
A penny. Insignificant, right? Excuse me, do you want a penny?
All right, I'll be back.
I just found this penny. Do you want it? No. Do you want this penny?
No.
Hey man, do you want this penny?
Why?
While 1 cent may seem meaningless to most Americans, it definitely holds value around the world. I traveled to 5 different countries to show you what 1 penny can buy, and we start our adventure in North Korea. North Korea is a country full of surprises. So many people! But perhaps the biggest eye-opener was riding on the Pyongyang Metro. Getting on the metro. You don't have to keep filming me. Did you know that there's a dynamic metro system in North Korea's capital? This is no ordinary subway. It's the deepest underground public transportation system on Earth. The escalator alone takes 3 minutes to get to the platform. And once you're down there, it's a wild experience to observe North Korean culture unfolding in front of your eyes. This is really cool. This is the best part, I'm telling you, the whole tour. 안녕하세요. The Pyongyang Metro was built in the late 1960s with a shockingly similar design to the other communist metros like in Moscow, Tashkent, and Minsk. But Pyongyang's is spooky and eerie with loud screeches that made me cringe.
Somebody forgot to do the brakes.
They need more lube.
You can find tall ceilings with big statues, socialist murals, and strange paintings on the walls. Communist music was playing everywhere, and lots of people were around, but nobody was talking or smiling. Even stranger, all the staff was wearing the same military-style uniform. The Pyongyang Metro has 16 stations and carries more than 500,000 passengers every day. And the cost to ride it? 5 North Korean won, or 1/4 of a penny. The reason why it's so cheap is because it's subsidized by the government, so everyone can afford to ride. When I was in Pyongyang, I took the metro to 6 stations and I was lucky enough to take a few videos inside. But all the while, I couldn't help but think, was everything staged? Was everyone briefed that foreigners were arriving? Why were they all dressed in suits and briefcases as if they were going to corporate office buildings? Riding on Pyongyang's metro is the single best memory that I have from North Korea, and I'm still trying to figure out if it was real life or a dream. From Pyongyang to Caracas, I went to Venezuela where I was surprised to learn that 1 penny could get me an entire gallon of gasoline. But of course, it's more complicated than that. All this traffic is a line for the free gasoline. How long do you think those people have to wait in line?
5-6 hours in the main town in Caracas. But if you go outside, you can spend 15 days. They give you like a number and you have to go every day to gas station to see which number it goes into the line.
If there's one thing I've learned from traveling to all 197 countries, it's that oil makes the world go round. It's the most sought after natural resource, our primary fuel, and the major force in the production of goods and services. In the 1920s, the largest oil reserve on Earth was discovered off the Caribbean coast of Venezuela. Soon after, the country became the world's largest oil exporter, supplying 10% of global needs. In 1999, President Hugo Chavez came to power and created programs to help the poor, such as providing free electricity, water, and food to all households. He also subsidized gasoline to about 1 cent per gallon.
I'm really against free gasoline because it allows people to start trafficking. But you know, minimum salary is $1. So you fill a tank of a truck, for example, 80 liters, and you go outside, sell it at 50 cents per liter, you make $40.
$1 per month is the minimum wage. $1.
This doesn't mean anything right now. Anything. 500 bolivares is...
And 500 bolivares before they take out 5 zeros.
When did they take out 5 zeros?
In the latest 2019.
As a Venezuelan person, how does it feel?
These rules. like these rules.
For decades, the Venezuelan economy was the best in Latin America.
In the 1990s, we were like millionaires. I mean, all the country could afford a car. All the country.
Till a combination of mismanagement. This is worth nothing. Literally, it's not even like a penny. A pandemic and U.S. sanctions crippled its oil production and sent its economy to pieces.
My daily food is breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the garbage.
It is devastating to see how Venezuela's economy has gotten so bad, and I hope the best for the people moving forward. But now it's time to put my penny to the test at the gas station. We're rolling up now to get gas here in Caracas. I just put a barricade behind your car, see?
We're trying to put gas again, but today we weren't that lucky.
So what do we do now? Like we can't go?
No, we just have to wait. Ya casi que van a entrar, weón.
Alright, now we just got access. We are rolling up here.
Yep.
What if they see my camera? What happens?
They just don't want anything to show what is happening.
And we are in, finally. So, have time to fill up our gas tank.
We were so lucky. They just closed the gas station before I leave.
Why?
Look, they were into a procedure of counting the gas, so I don't know.
And then we just got chips that taste like they're from 2005.
When talking about budgeting, some of the most affordable things that you can find in other countries are haircuts and massages, because there are virtually no expenses to run those businesses. Just plain and simple manpower.
How's it going?
So far, not great.
I've gotten haircuts for less than $1 in places like Venezuela, Afghanistan, Turkey, Thailand, and Iraq.
Definitely among the top 5 worst haircuts I've had. The beard trim was okay, but he cut my neck and is bleeding everywhere.
But when you want to drop the price down to a penny, you'll have to go to Pakistan to get a 5-minute head massage on the street.
Is it focused?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here in Karachi. And yeah. I'm getting a massage on the street. So the question is, are his hands clean? I hope his hands are clean, but I need to shower anyway, so.
You have no idea how great it feels to get a proper head massage like this.
Feels good. Can you ask him in Urdu how long he's been giving massages on the street? 7 to 8 years. Wow.
The only other time I had this experience was in Kolkata, India.
He's digging his fingernails in my scalp.
But over there, it was 80 cents.
Very good. He's like, I love harassing you.
I guess all I can say is Pakistan 1, India 0.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's time to take our penny challenge to the Philippines. In the land of smiles, you can find a ton of street food options for less than $1. But if you want to go as low as a penny, you have to try isaw. It's a local favorite that might make you squeamish.
This is called isaw. It's a popular street food here in the Philippines. It's chicken intestines on a stick, and it's squiggled around, and they cook it on a barbecue. How is it?
Very good.
It sounds really gross at first, but it's actually really good.
Chicken intestines.
Last but not least, it's time to take the penny challenge to my home country, the United States of America. Less than 100 years ago, 1 penny could get you a pint of milk
Good
or a loaf
luck.
of bread. But nowadays, the penny is so worthless that it's becoming obsolete. I googled what I could
Got
buy
that
for 1
right.
penny and found out that the UPS store still sells 1-cent stamps. So I'm on my way.
How you doing?
What are you gonna do with a
You
1-cent
guys sell
stamp?
1-cent stamps?
Get one of those from the post office only.
But they still sell them. Okay, where's the post office?
There's one in Scottsdale, I'm not sure exactly where, and 29th Street in Greenway.
Okay, thanks a lot. Looks like I gotta go to the actual post office, not the UPS store, like the bigger branch.
I didn't think a
All right, here
UPS
we
store would
are
sell
at the
penny
big boy
stamps.
store. How you doing?
Good, awesome.
Do you guys sell penny stamps?
Yeah.
Awesome.
20 cents.
Here you go. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Let me get your receipt.
Okay, couple of things. First off, it's so awkward filming in the US. Everyone's just like dead staring at me in the line. Secondly, I got the stamps, but he only let me buy 20 of them, so it cost 20 cents. Here's my change from the $1, which is still incredibly cheap, and I will use these stamps. And thirdly, the moral of this story is that travel doesn't have to be expensive. Many countries are easy to live off 20 bucks or 30 bucks a day, including food and accommodations. And I hope after watching this video, you now have some motivation to get out there and see the world, because it is waiting for you to discover. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more epic travel stories from every country in the world, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Nice. So I decided to give me some yogurt. Yogurt and granola for a snack. I'm not ready to eat lunch yet. So I figured yogurt and granola would be a good way to go. Good stuff. It's not a whole lot you can buy anymore for a penny, especially in the United States. Like, I never carry change in my pocket, like coins. I used to, but I don't anymore. And if I get change, it usually ends up in a container in my bedroom. And I'll just let it add up. And then I'll take it to the credit union. Because my credit union, they have a machine you can dump your change into and get, cash. That's what I usually do. There's something about having yogurt with granola is different. Like having yogurt by itself, it's okay. Add granola to it, and it's better, I think. Look at here, y'all. Ever on Twitch, I can get cheap viewers on streamboo.com. I can get fake viewers on Streamboo. Who in their right mind wants a fake viewer? That makes no sense to me. Why do I want to pay a company to give me fake viewers? I mean, who wants the illusion? I guess some people want the illusion of being successful. Some people stopping the stream. Oh, yeah, this guy's got lots of viewers. They're all bots. But hey, so dumb. I totally disagree with that. And the reason I disagree with it is because just my marketing perspective. You're just fooling yourself if because you can't tell if you got fake viewers coming in. You can't tell like the moves that you're making as a streamer. If you put up new content or do something different or to see if you can get more viewers, if it's actually working or not. So the whole fake viewer thing is dumb. Makes no sense to me. This yogurt ain't dumb, though. So I usually buy the Chobani. There we go. Chobani berry, mixed berry. Pretty good. I've tried some of the other Chobanis, but this is my favorite. So chat, what are y'all doing today? Anything fun? I'm getting ready to play some Fortnite. Again, I have no plan today for this stream, so whatever I decide to do, I'm going to do. I think I'm going to watch another video, though, while I finish my yogurt. Let's see. What else? I don't want a long one, though. Something fairly short. This isn't bad. This could be interesting.
With U.S.
Cuba.
Bank Business Checking, you can manage your payroll and cash
Cuba.
flow with ease.
Welcome to Cuba, my favorite country in the Caribbean. It's a place where cars look like this, where buildings look like this, and where Wi-Fi, well, it really doesn't work.
Cubano.
Welcome to Cuba! Definitely the best way to see Havana is by cruising in a convertible. This video is a little bit different because I'm here with my YouTube post-production team to celebrate the recent success of the channel. We got AJ.
Hola.
Gage.
What's good?
Joe.
What's up?
Graham.
Heyo.
Mateo.
I like YouTube.
And that is the dream team. Together, we will take you around Cuba's lovely capital city of Havana to find out what makes this place so special and why it seems to be stuck in the 1950s. All the signs here are so retro. Check this out. As outsiders, our goal is to find raw stories from the Cuban people in hopes of understanding what life is like in this communist nation that is blacklisted by most Western media.
That has Cubans facing their worst economic crisis in decades.
But first, we have to get there, and I'm already running into a big problem at the airport. The immigration police confiscated my drone and locked it up in the back room, detaining me for more than 2 hours while they documented every step and asked a million questions. I hope I get it back when I leave the country. It took an hour and a half for her to write by pen. Pages. Pages. After a very stressful experience in the airport, we're here, we made it. Yeah! There's our ride. I planned it for you, just for you. What do you think, Joe?
That was cute. My first thought was to look for a seatbelt, LOL.
Right away, the guys are loving the colorful antique cars. It really is a thing in Cuba. The ride is bumpy and smells like a gas leak, but the air is fresh and the streets of Havana are looking dark and mysterious. We finally arrived to our Airbnb so we could crash and get ready for a full day of adventure tomorrow. Guys, for the next 72 hours only, I'm running the biggest sale of the year for my Just Go merchandise. 30% off everything in the entire store. That includes all shirts, hats, bracelets, and travel accessories, and it's available on a first-come, first-served basis. I've been wearing the two words Just Go across my chest since 2017 because it's a constant reminder to step out of my comfort zone and live life to the fullest. Tens of thousands of like-minded travelers around the world are wearing their Just Go gear, and you can be the next. Just click the link down below and get 30% off everything in the store only for the next 72 hours. All right, guys, let's head back to Cuba. We have this amazing host that's unexpected here. Her name's Patricia. So I got us this whole Airbnb here. It's like a penthouse, all the different rooms, right in the middle of downtown Havana, the old city.
We've each got, there's what, 6 rooms?
Yeah, this place is sick, man. It's super cool.
Woo! You excited, Graham?
Oh yeah.
The coolest part to this Airbnb is this little rooftop, which I'm going to see for the first time. Wow. I mean, this is just epic. Look at the whole views of the city from up here.
That's cool.
What do you guys think so far? First impressions?
It's active.
Yeah, very active.
Havana is the capital city of Cuba, and it's where all the action takes place. Only 200 miles from Miami, the historic Old Town is...
Now, wait a second. If his drone got locked up at the airport, whose drone are they using? They're using somebody's drone. Guess not his, but they got to be using somebody's.
So beautiful that it was named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It is surrounded by 4 plazas where you can find picturesque monuments, fortresses, churches, and palaces from different periods of time. And walking around here really feels like you're stuck in the 1950s. Wild, man.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a payphone? First time out of the USA.
That's right.
And yeah. And how is it so far?
It's incredible. It's almost exactly what I pictured, which is great. I think it's gonna feel weird going back. Yeah.
The city offers one of the most comprehensive collections of retro buildings and distinguished architecture in the world, ranging from Baroque to Art Deco. But if there's one thing that stands out about Havana, it's the cars.
So I can tell you all the year of the Chevrolet. That is Chevrolet 1954. Probably 53. I am not sure of that small motorcycle we call a coco taxi. Go have the shape of a coconut. So this is a Chevrolet, looks like a 52.
Shape of a coconut.
A Mercury, and that one is in a Buick. And this is in a Cadillac, probably 1952. jump in a Cadillac.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, we are about to roll in 1950s cars around Havana. This is your father?
Yeah, this thing is my father. He's almost dead.
Because he's late?
Late.
Mucho
Carlos.
gusto. Drew.
Carlos, good to meet you.
Carlos, nice to meet you.
Mateo, nice to meet you. There's a lot of cool things that you can do in life, but nothing's better than cruising around in a 1950s Chevrolet in Havana. And our friends are here.
Havana.
Man.
I vouch.
AJ, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, zero thoughts.
For the record, I had the idea for a team trip and I pitched Dominican Republic, and AJ goes, no, Cuba. And I said, yes, Cuba. And then I booked everyone's flights and now we're here.
That's because I'm a communist.
The old school American vehicles are left over from the era of the 1959 revolution, when the Castro regime prohibited citizens from purchasing new cars. 3 years later, the US established a trade embargo which essentially cut off nearly all imports and exports with Cuba. Only those vehicles physically on the island at the time of the embargo could be freely traded or sold among the people, and roughly 60,000 vehicles are still in operation today. But if you want to drive a car in today's economic state, you better bring your patience. That huge line of cars behind me are people waiting in line to fill up their car with gasoline because there's a huge shortage here. That's the gasoline line? How many hours?
How many days? Hours? Oh, days.
Dude, I don't know if the camera got it, but the line went
Wow.
all the way down the block. Even more than the block. Cuba's gas crisis has become a pressing issue with big consequences. The country relies heavily on imported petroleum, and with the tightening of sanctions and trade restrictions, the availability of fuel has dwindled down to almost nothing. The countryside of Cuba is particularly affected, with industries like agriculture and transportation taking a big hit, limiting food production and distribution nationwide. The gas crisis has created a domino effect on the overall economy, intensifying hardships faced by the population. Personally speaking,
terrible.
I have empathy for the Cuban people, and I'm well aware that being in Cuba as a tourist is a very different situation. We're walking around
Yeah.
Revolution Square and it's pretty empty. You get this big feeling of emptiness because we're walking on this concrete that's massive.
It's just a tower. Fidel Castro stood up there from the speeches. And the longest
Oh, really?
speech was 8 hours.
He had a speech there for 8 hours.
And this place full of people.
All communist countries that I've been to have this like eerie feel. I don't know, emptiness and sadness. Like Caracas, Venezuela has a square like this, and Pyongyang, North Korea has a square like this. This does have Pyongyang vibes, dude.
Yeah?
Yes, it has Pyongyang vibes.
I don't feel surveillance though. I don't
No,
feel like I'm
that's
being
true.
watched.
It's a good point. Why is Che Guevara in Cuba?
He joined to Fidel and Raul Castro, and he came, and he was part of the most important part of the Cuban Revolution to get the power.
Are you proud to be Cuban?
Yes, I am.
Cuba faces a tough situation due to its political history, resulting in a poor quality of life for its citizens. Decades of communist rule have held back economic growth, so Cubans are living through hardships like poverty, limited access to goods and services, and a lack of opportunities. For example, the average salary is less than $50 per month, making it very difficult to make ends meet. Moreover,
Wow.
access to basic healthcare and education is compromised by the government. But America's role in aggravating these difficulties through embargoes and sanctions
And we think
has
our
further
life is
complicated
bad.
the struggles faced by the
Please.
Cuban people. And yet, strangely, we feel welcomed here, and despite their limited freedoms, the locals remain happy in the streets and proud of their identity.
What's up, Karsten?
We're just walking on the street here, and there's like people on stilts, some kind of parade in front of us.
Cuba!
This is why I decided not to take a nap and come out. Yeah.
This shows you how different countries
Walking around
are
the streets,
compared to
you find
ours.
things like
Compared
cannons
to,
just
I say
laying on the
ours, the
ground.
United States.
Just a cannon. When in Havana, don't forget to look up. We're about to check out a cigar factory here in Havana. It is so cool. These are boxes of Monte Cristos.
Yeah, I love
Monte Cristo.
These are so valuable.
Thanks for the like, Karsten.
And if you don't know, cigars in Cuba, this is where they originate from.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy to be here. This bottle of rum is $3,750.
My gosh.
Thank you very much. Behind me is a little fruit stand, fruits and vegetables. It's cool that you have people's houses, they just open up their door and they sell things. Like here they sell fruit. Check this out, 70 cents per pound.
We're literally just chilling inside watching TV. We popped into an old bookstore.
That's one way to do it.
Man, look at all the books in the back here.
It's just cool. Like, I geek out about this shit. It's a great souvenir.
This is the square that we were standing on earlier, and that's Castro just dictating hundreds of thousands of people.
I bought 4 books. This, I think it's the Cuban Constitution, and this was
What?
printed here in 1943.
Wandering around this old town, all the streets feel the same.
Gato, gato.
Meow, meow.
Oh God. Please,
Ah.
please.
Oh, yeah.
And a gun falls around.
Look at this, look at this.
You like Donald Trump?
Hey, Trump! No, no, Trump! Fucking Obama.
Oh my goodness.
This place is La Bodeguita
That's
del
funny.
Medio. It's famous by Hemingway and special for the mojito.
¿Luis?
Yeah.
Soy cubano. Cubano. Superstar.
Bro, when was that?
2009.
If there's one thing to remember about Cuba, it's the people. Everyone is looking out for us and smiling.
Bienvenidos a Cuba.
Hola, mi amigo, ¿qué todo está bien?
My carriola. I like my carriola.
Viento me empuja a volar y veo en el aire una ciudad.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Princesa.
Princesa. Hola. Con mucho gusto. I gotta tell you, at least from a tourist point of view, it feels very safe here, and you never know who you're bound to come across. I met a guy with a yarmulke and he says he's Jewish. Julio, ¿dónde está la sinagoga?
Acosta y Picota.
Kino.
No, Acosta. Pueblo.
Me gusta tu yarmulke. Wow, increíble. That was pretty wild to meet a Jewish guy just chilling on the side of the road. It just shows that Judaism's everywhere, culture's everywhere. Come to a place like Cuba, never expect to meet Jews, but hey, it happens everywhere. Tonight we are going to go out and explore the nightlife of Havana, which I've been told is amazing. Hey, we got bottle service! We're going to first hit up the bars and then go to a place called the Tropicana, which if you don't know what it is, stay tuned. It's my first time going and it's going to be epic. We are rolling up in style to the Tropicana, the most famous nightlife spot here in Cuba.
I feel fancy.
You look fancy, bro.
Whoa, this is actually amazing.
The Tropicana is a famous show that dates back to 1939, and you may have heard the name because a hotel in Las Vegas is named after it. It's famous for its colorful cabaret shows and fusion of Afro-Cuban music that also showcases traditional Caribbean dances. I have heard so much about this place, and man, we are in for a real treat. We're at the Tropicana show, and it's awesome.
AJ got caught on stage.
The Tropicana was everything we expected to see, and it really makes us proud to experience such a colorful and vibrant culture. We hitched a ride back home to sleep off all that rum and charge our batteries for tomorrow. Running early after a long night of drinking. Ready to rock and roll? AJ, ready to rock and roll?
Guess not.
Oh, hi Mateo. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
How'd you sleep?
Amazing. I didn't realize I was asleep for another hour.
Our Airbnb host has fed us some lovely breakfast. We have scrambled eggs, toast, and butter, and honey and cinnamon, and coffee and tea, and sandwiches. I do realize that we are all coming to Cuba as American tourists, and the life for the Cuban people is not so glamorous. My goal before we leave tomorrow morning is to make a Cuban friend and hear real stories about the struggles that they are living through. So we hopped in the car ready to explore the city, and as soon as I started talking to Mateo, I learned something really special. So my boy Mateo is actually part Cuban. How are you Cuban?
My abuela.
Your abuela's Cuban, and this is his first time here, and we are actually tracing down her house. How you feeling?
Nervous. This is cool. I'm excited. My abuela fled to Mexico in 1959, 1960. Rough years. Went to Mexico, then the U.S. when she met my abuelo, who was living in the U.S. at the time. They've never been back. Now it's a school. Yeah, now it's a school.
It's a school.
And it's called Big House, my dear.
No.
Your grandmother owned the big house. Woo! Wow, wait.
How old do you think the house is?
Can be of the 50s, of the 30s.
Yeah, that's probably the original house.
Sounds about right. Like, my great abuelo did well, or his abuelo.
Yeah,
my
man,
great
this is a
abuelo.
baller house. It's crazy to just put yourself back in time.
That's cool.
And, like, imagine what it was like. Family is so important. Number one, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is family and the health of your family. When I went to Vienna, I went to my grandfather's house that he was born in. I found the address, and it's just like surreal to be standing in a place that you know your grandparents lived. It's emotional.
It really is. It really is emotional.
How has being part Cuban like formed your identity? Like, do you have memories as a kid eating Cuban food, Spanish speaking?
Yeah, Cuban food and traditions, things at New Year's, language. But it's funny, just because growing up and looking so white, I think there was always an element of me too that didn't ever fully feel like I was Cuban, even if my family told me I was, because I didn't look like the other people I knew who were Cuban. So that's something that even in the last like few years, I've really started to feel more comfortable with and grapple with and embrace. Yeah, I think I was ashamed and confused about it for a long time. So just getting to be here too, is, like, that makes it that much more special. Of, like, holy shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
People that I talk to like all the time spent their childhood there. That's crazy.
That's so cool, dude.
That's crazy.
When you travel, you just put yourself in situations that are cool and life-changing. That's a good example.
That's part of the beauty, man.
It is burning hot outside, and we need something refreshing to cool us down, so we are on our way into the suburbs of Havana to get some ice cream and hopefully make a local friend.
We are about to head to an ice cream shop. It was built in the 50s under Castro, and apparently it's been exactly the same since then. There's a crazy line system here where on 4 different points of this place, people are just standing around to get in, and we can't get in, we can't get in. So our driver, which is the father of our lovely host, is trying to sneak us through. So he's just like, wait here, when you see me wave you in, come in. We gotta keep our eye on him. He's now talking to the police guard. This is such a gangster.
15 minutes later, he gave us the wink and we made our way inside.
We're trying to figure out this place. We just sat down and then we ordered and then they're like, sit down at the other table, that one's reserved. So we're just kind of chilling here, trying to figure it out. But the cool thing is that we're surrounded by Cubans. And this is the only place so far in Havana that I really feel like I'm just in the country. No tourists. And apparently this ice cream shop has been around since the 50s. It was actually opened under Fidel Castro and it has been unchanged. The recipe, the style, the vibe, pretty awesome. I'm pretty pumped for the ice cream. Ice cream, helados, 4. Sí. I guess we're ordering again. We ordered and then 20 minutes later she came back and was like, what did you order? We're like, 4 scoops. So then she went back to the kitchen. I think they keep bringing everybody else around us, so I don't know, they might be with us.
We have no luck making local friends here because everyone is awkwardly staring at us. But the ice cream did come, and man, it looks tasty.
Alright, they actually call this a 5-scoop salad, and I think you can see why. Every different flavor in a bowl. I don't even know what flavor it is on top, but that's pretty good. I gotta say something, the food in Cuba is not all that great, which is why there hasn't been any food content in this video. But this ice cream, on the other hand, is spectacular. It has that sweetness and that texture, and it's very rich, but it slaps.
I'm not really sure what flavors we got here.
Yeah, that's what, I cannot put my finger on it.
Right?
It's like vanilla and chocolate and caramel.
I think it tastes more like
almost
coffee.
like chocolate. Oh yeah, like coffee. It's so confusing. Every time I try to think of like what the flavor is, it's a different flavor.
But it's good though.
This was vanilla for sure, but I don't know what. Oh yeah, it's really what's going on here.
I think it's safe to say that there will never be a stranger ice cream experience ever in any of our lives.
We are heading back into the heart of Havana to walk around the streets with the hopes of meeting someone Cuban who would be willing to open up about their experience living under communism.
Here we are in a beautiful spot in Havana. It's amazing. We've got the sea right in front of us. We got old cars, old buildings.
Dude, it's crazy. Water's so blue.
Where are you from?
America.
USA?
USA.
First time in Cuba?
Second time.
My country's good?
Your country's amazing, bro.
Yeah? Havana glue.
Havana?
Yeah.
Gracias.
A ver, ¿qué? Que le voy a partir la cabeza. Está arriba, una de esas. Le van a ir a abrir ahí.
Muy amable. Buenos días.
America and Cuba good brother.
The friend
Nice
for
people.
long time, but the problem for long time is between government, not between people. American people is very welcome here in Cuba. They have.
This awesome lady we just met on the street invited us somewhere.
That's the way it should be.
Where are we going, AJ?
I have no idea.
She's very kind. So we feel good
in our hearts about it, so we're following her. Kid, where's she taking us?
No idea. I think maybe to salsa. I don't know.
¿Dónde vamos?
Al bar de la preferida, Guantanamera.
Cerca or?
Very close to here.
This bar is super cool and super local. It's literally a hole in the wall. It's a tiny little room, like the size of someone's bedroom. Graffiti all over the walls, pictures of Che Guevara and Charlie Chaplin. And we're just hanging out with our new friend named Laura, who just literally found us on the street and invited us here. Pretty awesome.
Cuba is very nice country because here in Cuba, the school is free, you know, can pay nothing for the school, to the kindergarten and for the university. But the doctor is free too, the dentist is free too. But the more bigger problem for us is because the system, socialista, comunista, is very good and the thinking. But Marxist Lenin rating very well, it's very beautiful. You know, everybody's the same. But for the tourists, it's good because you're making more local money. But for the Cuban people, no good. The salary is very down and the price for everything is crazy expensive. And this is impossible for us. It's for the reason that the young people is very angry right now. But for me it's impossible I told like this, but I don't care. No problem. Finish.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
No, don't worry. If I go into the prison, I'm no problem. I don't care. Please, American and Cuban, friend forever.
This woman's bravery surprised all of us, and it goes to show that people are not their governments. This is a common realization that I've learned from my travels to every country, and even if this is the first time overseas for some of my team, we can all agree that the Cuban people are perhaps the most spirited in the world. They remain proud of their history, and they welcome American tourists despite the embargoes that we've inflicted on them. It's not that Cubans want to be stuck in the 1950s, it's just that sadly, they have no choice. More than 60 years after the revolution, the country is still fighting for their most basic human rights, and it's difficult to sit down and listen to what they are telling us. Thank you so much for watching this story, and I'll see you guys next week.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, and in case you were wondering, I did get my drone back after a wild goose chase through the airport.
Hey, 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 hey. That was a good one. All right, so what we learned today? We've learned quite a bit, actually. It's been a good stream. I've enjoyed this. Very relaxing. I will tell you that I think when they were on that video we just watched on Cuba, they showed the cigars, and a thing popped up on my screen for TikTok, something about tobacco, and I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude? Like, what the heck, man?" I guess, you know, they don't want to promote people smoking or whatever, but look, that's life. That's the real world. Not everything is rainbows and puppies, you know? So if you're on TikTok right now and you can hear my voice, I do want to see if anybody's still here on TikTok. Because if not, I'm going to restart the stream. Because sometimes when that happens with TikTok, they'll literally stop pushing out your stream to the algorithm. So if you can hear my voice and you're on TikTok, type something in the chat. So I will patiently wait to see if anybody says anything. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to restart the stream, and when I restart it, we'll fire up some Fortnite and play Fortnite for a little bit. I'm probably going to stream to about 2 o'clock. I don't know, something like that. Again, I have no plan today, and it feels good, y'all. It literally feels good to have no plan. I know that sounds weird to some people, but I'm always planning things because I'm a teacher, and today I just wanted to not plan. So I'm going to stop the stream and restart the stream so I can get my TikTok people back, because I think they stopped pushing me out in the algorithm for whatever reason. And to also let my people know that normally see me stream my gamers, they'll see that I'm going live and start popping in as well. So, all right. So let's just do that right now. Let's just go ahead and restart everything. Let me close down some of these tabs. I don't need all these tabs. And then I'll come back. I'm literally going to fire it right back up. So we're going to just keep moving. All right. So I'm going to stop the stream right now, and we'll restart the stream, and we'll play Fortnite for about an hour.